Welcome back to episode 99 of the Utah State Dynasty here on College Football 25. We are nearing the end of the Utah State Dynasty, and we are in the College Football Playoff semifinals game in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl versus Nebraska. We played Nebraska last year in the Rose Bowl, but this is a new Nebraska team, and a team that I think has a lot of fire coming into this matchup with quarterback Gordon Gore and running back David Correa. They lost to Penn State earlier in the season, 22-7. Penn State is the number one seed in the playoff. They did beat USC twice, once in the regular season and then once in the college football playoff. Gordon Gore is an 87 overall sophomore quarterback who is extremely accurate and has a little bit of athleticism to help him out. David Correa is a 96 overall running back with excellent elusiveness and excellent power and quickness. Vince Shelley is the wide receiver that leads this Nebraska team. He has broken every single career record in Nebraska football, as he has totaled well over 3,000 yards receiving, and he is an impact player that our defense will have to stop. The offensive line is pretty solid for Nebraska, and the defense is probably the strongest side of the football for them. They have a pretty solid secondary with Duke Roach and Warren Crumey in the secondary at safety. They're the 10 seed, we're the 3 seed, but they're wearing their home uniforms, and we are going with the wideout for the first time in our college football playoff history, as Nebraska will get the football to begin this game, as this one is returned from their own end zone, taken to the right, and he will be stopped at the 13-yard line, and that's where quarterback Gordon Gore will take the field for the Cornhuskers. 414 yards per game on the season. They will run the football a lot more than we saw last week out of TCU. How about this play call to begin the game with Manny Arias on the jet sweep? Nebraska with a quick first down. Here's Gore in the pocket to the outside, and it's caught for a pickup of 6 yards. That is running back / receiver Rob Reinhart out there for Nebraska. Play fake to Correa now. Gore gets out of the pocket, trying to outrun the defense, and he's going to have a first down, and he slides at the 38-yard line. Nebraska picking up a couple of first downs here on their opening possession. Here's Correa up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed by Jamison Awesome, known more as a pass-rushing defensive tackle, but can stop the run pretty well. Gore gets out of the pocket across his body, and it's Reinhardt again for a first down, as Nebraska will work their way past midfield. Pistol set, here's Correa to the outside, breaks a tackle, breaks another, and is only able to pick up 2 yards. 2 tight ends in the formation here for Nebraska. Here's the deep ball to Shelley, and he's unable to come down with it. Too tall for the senior receiver. 3rd down and 8 for Gordon Gore underneath, and this one is caught at the sticks and a first down for the Nebraska offense. As they move to the 33-yard line of Utah State, as they spread it out this time. Underneath, and this one is caught for a pickup of 8 yards. That is Brian Ring on the reception for Nebraska. That is the number 3 receiver in this offense. Here's Caleb Van Roten, though. He's the number 2, and he's going to score. Nebraska on the board here first in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, as that was an excellently drawn-up RPO there. Van Roten wide open, and it looked like at the same time Max Wolford kind of got chipped. He got blocked, unable to keep up with his man, and the Cornhuskers have a 7-0 lead. DeMarco Pitts fields this at his own 4-yard line, takes it up the middle. Pitts with an excellent return. Can he outrun the coverage? No, he's taken down at the 40-yard line. Trying to get my words out with an exciting return out of DeMarco Pitts. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Tobin will get out of the pocket now. Tobin will put his head down, and he scrambles for a first down. 11 yards on the play for Anthony Tobin. At the 29-yard line now, Tobin throwing the deep ball, and it is caught by Tyquan Garrett again. We continue to see it essentially week after week. Tyquan Garrett just burns his man, and Anthony Tobin puts it on the money, and Utah State has tied this thing up in only 2 plays after the excellent kick return by DeMarco Pitts. Cornhuskers take over at the 16-yard line. Correa to the right of Gore. He gets to carry, and he takes this one up the middle for 4 yards. 3rd and 5 upcoming for Nebraska. Utah State looking to get off the field. Gore in the pocket, 4-man rush. He escapes the pocket and throws it away, and Utah State will force a 3-and-out. Pistol set, 2 tight ends. Here's Xavier Blunt to the outside, and he loses 4. This Nebraska run defense is really, really solid. And now a false start on the true freshman tight end, and it'll back Utah State up even more. 2nd and 19 upcoming now for the Aggies offense. Trying for some trickery here. Tobin with the ball. Hoffman's wide open. He's got it inside the 40-yard line. Hoffman inside the 20 and taken down out of bounds late. They're going to tack on some extra yardage at the end of that play as Rob Hoffman took it up the sidelines. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line now. Trying for some more trickery. Pitts looking to throw, and he's taken down at the 15-yard line. A loss of 8. Maybe Utah State trying to get a little too cute here in this situation. Here's Hoffman underneath, and he's got this one inside the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal upcoming, Aggies at the 3. Man in motion is Tyquan Garrett. Tobin in the pocket. Throws to Garrett, and he's got him for 6. 6 scores 6, and Utah State takes a 14-7 lead here in the Peach Bowl. Tyquan Garrett with his 2nd touchdown here in the 1st quarter as Anthony Tobin is rolling. Nebraska takes possession at the 17-yard line. Correa on the run to the outside, and he's going to be taken down for a loss by Christian Stuckey, the star junior linebacker. Correa on 2nd and 12 gets outside, and he's taken down for a loss again. Stuckey shaken up on the play, but 3rd and 12 upcoming for Nebraska. 4-man rush for Utah State. All day to throw. Gore will step up, and he's going to slide down, only picking up 3 yards. And Utah State will take possession again. At their own 46-yard line, Donald Stacy in the Wildcat. He's got space to the outside and picks up 9.5 to the 44 of Nebraska as we enter the 2nd quarter. Stacy on the counter. He's got the 1st down. Donald Stacy hasn't been used all that much in the running game, but Xavier Blunt is exhausted at the moment. Here's the pitch to Stacy on the option. He's got space to the outside, inside the 10-yard line, and pushed out at the 5. Utah State using Donald Stacy on 3 straight runs, and now at the 5-yard line. Here's the pitch to Ellis. Touchdown, Utah State. What a drive. Your number 1 running back is out. Xavier Blunt shaken up a little bit. You go Donald Stacy, then you go Steve Ellis on the option. It's 21-7 Utah State. And Nebraska needs an answer here because this offense of Utah State is not slowing down anytime soon. Here's Van Roten on the reverse. He's got a 1st down, and Caleb Van Roten picks up 9 yards to the 34-yard line. 2 tight ends for Nebraska. Looks like Utah State may have jumped off sides. There is no flag, and Correa will pick up 9 yards as this will bring up 2nd and 1. That's Correa in motion. They will swing it out to Correa. He's got space to the outside. David Correa inside the 30-yard line and taken down at the 23. Nebraska knocking on the door. Bunch to the left now. Play fake. Gore gets out of the pocket. Throws, and it's caught by Brian Ring. 3rd and 2 upcoming. Tight end Arias is in motion. Correa the running back. They give it to Correa. He fights for the 1st down, and he's got it to the 13-yard line. After an incompletion, that brings up 2nd and 10. Here is Gore underneath, and this is caught by the backup tight end. Picks up 4 yards. 3rd and manageable upcoming. They go with read option here. Gore to the outside, and he's taken down for a loss. Eric Hunter and Christian Stuckey there to make the play. And that'll bring up a short field goal. Nebraska makes it a 21-10 ball game here in the Peach Bowl. Utah State taking possession at their own 22-yard line. Tobin, the quarterback, gives it to Blunt. He's taken down for a loss. Xavier Blunt really struggling at the moment. Backed up now at the 19. Here's the pass to Hoffman underneath, and he's got it for a solid gain. 3rd and 1 upcoming. Who is this in the game? It's Sneed. 3rd and 1, Amari Sneed. Does he have enough? He does. Amari Sneed, a true freshman running back, getting playing time right now is crazy. Here's Tobin on the read option, and he'll pick up 5 yards. You could go Steve Ellis. You could go Donald Stacy. But Utah State's opting to go with the true freshman, Amari Sneed, with his 1st ever playing time in his career. As Rob Hoffman picks up a 1st down to the 43-yard line, Utah State will stay in the same formation. Tobin getting out of the pocket, throws. Hoffman in stride inside the 30-yard line. Stiff arm and taken down at the 23. Utah State knocking on the door. Blunt is back in the game now, as Tobin will be taken down after a pickup of 1, and Utah State will take their 1st timeout. Blunt to the right of Tobin, 2nd and 9. They set up the screen now, and Zach Truan's taken down for a loss. Excellent pursuit by Nebraska. 3rd and 11 upcoming. Here's Tobin in the pocket. 4-man rush as he is taken down. It's a sack for Nebraska. And they're going to take a timeout as Manu Villalobos comes out to try and make this a 24-10 game. It's good. And Utah State leads by 14 here in the Peach Bowl. With 1 second remaining, Nebraska will just take this one to the half. And I think Utah State had the opportunity to potentially score another touchdown, make it 28-10. But I think overall you're happy with the way the first half went. It was an excellent opening drive out of Nebraska. Caleb Van Roten with the touchdown. But aside from that, they've had no answer for your offense. And your defense has really started to step it up here after that first possession. Xavier Blunt shaken up. Have to keep an eye on his status throughout the game. He's out there to begin the second half, though, and he's going to have a good run of first down and more. Blunt to the outside now, and it's a pickup of 20. I think he's feeling just fine. At the 37, Blunt tries to run through a man and picks up 5 yards. I like that they're feeding him the football here in this situation. 2nd and 5, Blunt puts his head down again, picks up 3. 3rd and 2 upcoming. It's Amari Sneed back in the game, as they are going to give it to Sneed. To the outside, the true freshman's got space. A spin and taken down at the 33-yard line of Nebraska. How about that from Amari Sneed? Xavier Blunt back in the game. Play fake. Tobin across the middle, and the pass is dropped. Broken up, intended for Tyquan Garrett. Stacy and Blunt in the backfield now. They go to Stacy on 2nd down. He picks up 4 yards. 53 yards rushing is among the highest rushing games that he's had all season long. 3rd and 6, Tobin on the quarterback keeper. Kind of a weird play call decision there. Utah State maybe getting a little too cute again, as they will have 3 on the back of Manu Villalobos. It is 27-10. 3-score game. Utah State leads about midway through the 3rd quarter. 2-yard run there from David Correa. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 at the 20. Here's Gore in the pocket, throws, and it's caught by Vince Shelley. I think his first reception of the game. This guy's broken a lot of records at Nebraska, as that's nearly intercepted by Eric Hunter. It's got to be picked. If his first name was Travis, it would have been. 2nd and 10, Gore in the pocket, throws outside to Correa, and he's going to be taken down for a loss. 3rd and 12 upcoming. Here's Gore in the pocket, 4-man rush. To the outside, it's caught by Shelley. He runs through a man, and he's got a first down. You just got to get the ball to your best playmaker, and that's Vince Shelley. They do on that play, and he picks up 4 yards. You got to continue to go back to him. Caleb Van Roten, David Correa, they have the playmakers. They just have not made enough plays. 3rd and 3 upcoming. Utah State showing pressure. They do bring it. The pass falls incomplete. And Nebraska, trailing by 17, decides to punt. I don't like that decision at all, as Xavier Blunt's taken down for a loss. Nebraska continues to fly around and make plays in the running game. Here's Tobin, hit as he throws, and the pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 12 upcoming. The Cornhusker defense is giving Nebraska a chance. Tobin will dump this one underneath to Xavier Blunt. Nice pursuit, and Nebraska will force Utah State to punt it back. This Nebraska defense is keeping him around. Here's Gore in the pocket, throws, it's caught by Van Roten, and he's got a first down to the 43-yard line. Continue to feed the ball to number 1 and number 3. Here's Gore in the pocket. He's got Vince Shelley in stride, and Shelley is into Utah State territory to the 35-yard line. Here's Correa now on the carry. David Correa breaks a tackle. He's got a solid gain, 9.5 yards to the 26-yard line. 2 tight ends in the ball game. Gore gets out of the pocket, dumps it off to his tight end Arias, who's got a first down to the 21. A nice little possession here by Nebraska, knocking on the door. Here's Gore in the pocket. He gets out, he throws to Van Roten, and it's off the hands and incomplete. A really bad drop by Caleb Van Roten. 2nd down and 10 now. Here's the run up the middle. A pickup of 6, 3rd and 4 upcoming. That's David Correa in motion. Here's Gordon Gore in the pocket, throws it out to him, and Correa's taken down inches shy of the first down marker, and Nebraska's kicking a field goal. I get it, you need to make it a 2-score game, but man, they are playing way too conservative and scared with the football. Donald Stacy picks up 5 yards. on the first down completion. Here's the give to Xavier Blunt now to the outside, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4 upcoming. Utah State looking for a first down, leading by 14. Tobin is taken down, and Nebraska gets the stop. If it wasn't for this defense, I mean, I think that Utah State could really be blowing out Nebraska. Correa on the return takes it to the 39-yard line. You cannot kick field goals now. You need a touchdown if you're Nebraska. Here's Gordon Gore up the middle on the quarterback draw, and he's a couple of yards shy of the first down marker. Utah State showing pressure. They bring pressure. Gore's taken down in the backfield by Dalvin Kubila. 4th and 7 upcoming. Again, the Aggies show pressure. They drop back, and the pass is broken up, intended for Shelley. Monte Khan with one of the biggest plays of the game and one of the biggest plays of his career. An excellent job to fight. You did not have the positioning on Vince Shelley, but you got that arm in there, broke the pass up, and now Utah State takes over as Xavier Blunt loses 6 yards on first down. That'll bring up 2nd and 16. Here's a reverse to Zach Truin now. He's got some space to the outside, and Truin will pick up 7 yards. 3rd and 9 upcoming. Bunch to the right here for Tobin in the offense. In the pocket, he steps up. Tobin has speed, and he's got a first down. I was thinking about this earlier. You know who Anthony Tobin reminds me of? Cordell Stewart. 31-yard line now. Play fake. Tobin throws the comeback route. It's caught by Rob Hoffman. First down, Utah State. And they're in the red zone. Points would end this game. Here's Tobin on the counter. He picks up maybe 3 yards. 3rd and 8 upcoming. At the 10-yard line, Tobin gets out of the pocket, throws. It's caught by Hoffman for a first down. What a job by Anthony Tobin. And now at the 3-yard line, they go Xavier Blunt up the middle, and he's going to be taken down just shy. Nebraska's going to start calling timeouts. At the 2-yard line now, Tobin, read option. He walks in, and Utah State has sent themselves to the national championship for the 2nd consecutive season. 34-13 to score, and I just think that this defense has pulled a complete 180 from the way they started the season. There was a lot of games where we gave up a lot of points and a lot of yards. I mean, we even gave up a lot of yards to TCU. But when we play a team that likes to play the same style that we play, which is a slow-paced, grinded-out offense, we're not going to go hurry up. We're going to take the play clock down to 7 seconds every single time. When we play a team that plays that way, we just do not get beat. We do have a little bit more trouble with teams that like to run the hurry-up offense. TCU had that. Oklahoma and Penn State, the other 2 teams remaining, both play that same play style. So there's a chance that we may have some issues in the championship game. We did not, however, have any issues winning the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. 34-13 is the final. And I gotta say, Anthony Tobin is a straight-up star. He didn't have the yardage in today's game, but he was as efficient as you possibly can be. Completing over 85% of his passes, 186 yards passing. I felt like my commentary was pretty good. I'm still getting over my sickness a little bit. I'm thinking it might even be allergies. So if I sound a little stuffed up, that's why. I only messed up one time in the entire commentary, and that's when DeMarco Pitts shocked me out of nowhere with a crazy kick return. So that's why I've lost my mind on that one. Just forgive me. But yeah, we played really well in the first half. In the second half, only scored 10 points, but it was enough to win the game. Nebraska had no answers for, our offense in the first half, and then they had no answers for their own offense in the second half. They just didn't know what to do. I think where they went wrong is they didn't feed their best playmakers in Vince Shelley and Caleb Van Roten. Anthony Tobin only had 2 incompletions the entire game, and it was kind of a weird game for the running game. Xavier Blunt, 9 carries, 15 yards, was easily the worst performance he's had all season long. We had to bring in Amari Sneed to try and give us a little bit of a spark. And then Rob Hoffman, 7 catches. Tyquan Garrett had 2 for 2 touchdowns. Kind of seems like a theme with him. BJ Garrison with 10 tackles. Eric Hunter's been somebody that's really just shown up and has balled out all season long. I think he's found his home there at strong safety. We've won the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, and now we will find out who our national championship game opponent is. It is Penn State, the number 1 seed. We played them last year in the college football playoff. I believe it was the Cotton Bowl that we played them in. We played them earlier on in the series. And if you guys remember when we were looking at Brendan Sensabaugh, we were winning that battle in recruiting for the longest time. And then at the last second, Penn State came in and took them from us. And I've been wanting revenge on Penn State, and I think this is the best form to get it in. They're coming off of a 63-21 victory in which their quarterback threw for 8 touchdowns. 8! 458 yards passing. So Penn State has a team full of dogs. Their defense is really good, and they're led by quarterback Lane Trahan, who has over 50 passing touchdowns on the season. He's thrown for over 5 touchdowns multiple times this season, and in 2 playoff games so far this season, he has 14 passing touchdowns and only 1 interception for well over 800 yards passing. This guy is ridiculous. This is probably the toughest opponent that we've played in years in this series, in my opinion. Eric Childress is the captain of this defense. He's an All-American. He is a playmaker, and I think this is going to be an interesting matchup here. Penn State's only loss was a road loss to Iowa, and if you know anything about going into Kinnick Stadium, it does not matter if they're 0-11 or they're 11-0. Iowa is a tough place to play football games, so I don't really hold that over their head at all. This is a team that could easily be undefeated, just like we could easily be undefeated. I think the most concerning part of their team is they have a true freshman strong safety who doesn't have the greatest speed in the world. Will he be able to take away that deep ball that we love to throw to guys like Tyquan Garrett and Zach Truin? I've had a lot of fun playing this series, getting back in the groove of the commentary. We're not too far away from College Football 26 at all, and I'm super excited to start that dynasty. I'm excited because we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. This is a huge moment for my channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed my commentary. Like I said, it's kind of hard to get back into it, especially when you're sick and you screw up and it sounds bad at times. But I think that you guys have enjoyed it for the most part, and I appreciate your guys' support. The love shown in the comments does not go unnoticed. It's what keeps me going. It's why I want to put out content, because I want to put out the best possible content for you guys. We got a tough matchup. How about this color matchup as well? The dark blue and white is going to be really interesting. You're not going to be able to differentiate anybody in the crowd. It's 14-1 versus 14-1 for potentially the final game of this series. Hope to see you guys there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.